time you hear me say that I don't like Skarmory, take a shot. You're welcome. This is probably going up over the weekend, so yeah, you're welcome. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Drogdor, and welcome back to the UPBA. That's right, what does the UPBA stand for? I know. Let me find out. Let me run my very secretive algorithm that cracked the code for what the UPBA actually stands for. It is the Uncontaminate Paralipomania Bottleneck Advancement. The Bottleneck Advancement, Uncontaminate yeah, that's what the UPBA stands for today. You're welcome. All the questions of life, the universe, and everything have been answered as of today. So the next question that I want to answer is, am I good at playing Pokemon? Well, that's already been answered. The obvious answer is no, but we could find out if I'm just a smidgen little better than bad. Maybe I'm not up here as the best there ever was. Maybe I'm not like here. I'd like to be at least here-ish, but yeah. So today is the first week of the UPBA. That's exciting. And I am going up against Lars, aka El Scizor of the Borussia Donphan, and we went over a team that I built in response to the team that he has. And you can see that I already have sprites on my screen as to what I brought and what my opponent is bringing. More or less what I expected. Gastrodon might have been there. I was thinking with my brain about what Pokemon he might have, but I'm relieved to not see that. I am not relieved to see Nihilego, Sylveon, Skarmory, Zygarde. Yeah, kind of scary. Okay, so let's see how this battle plays out. So I, of course, got all the LAN timer stuff set up and good and ready, and you can see my cheaty HP bar up there to find out exactly how much damage I am doing at any given time. And we are connected with Lars. You can see the 6 that he brought and the 6 that I brought with the correct items, might I add. I remembered to get them. Seriously, if I hadn't recorded my team builder before this, I'd be a Bear Force 1 without protective pads, and that would have been possibly awful. I don't know. But Slowking without Assault Vest is definitely just, ow, please stop being so scary. So I kind of know what I need to do. I need to get some damage on Skarmory. If I can get it below 50 and then it roosts and Bear Force 1 can just, force bears on it, that's a thing that makes sense. Ferdinand might actually come in clutch. Besides Skarmory, it can seriously just haha his entire team. Look at that. I don't want to let Zygarde set up. No, that's illegal. That's not happening. So I want to keep Swampert healthy until such time that Zygarde is going on a rampage. I can survive a plus 1,000 arrows, hit back hard with Avalanche, and if it decides to come in on my Glow King, my Galaxy Brain, that would also be... You know what? This is actually going to, instead of be a Pokemon battle, it's going to be the best dressed trainer in the universe battle. And I'm sorry to everyone out there, but I win. I may not be the best battler, but I am absolutely the best dressed. Lars is looking fly right now. Not going to lie, but you can't compare to me. You just can't. I'm sorry. I'm the best dressed trainer in the galaxy. So I led with Swampert, thinking I match up good against everything except Decidueye. And would you look at that? Would you look at that? Decidueye is right there in front of me, so I'm gonna get out of there. I was thinking about Galaxy Brain, but something like a Shadow Ball or a Spirit Shackle could hurt me really bad. I do have my Boeing CH-47 though, luckily, so I'm gonna go into that. This will help me kind of suss out the amount of damage that it wants to do, whether it's rocking something physical or special. I am exerting my pressure. That is very useful information. Remember what you just saw there. So the Spirit Shackle comes in, so that is in fact physical. and it does a certain amount of damage that allows me to do some mathematical calculations and find out its adamant max attack, basically. No surprises there. So I can do a lot of things right here. I can go for a Bravest Bird at the moment. I can U-turn on out of there. I possibly could Roost, but I decide, you know what, I am going to click the move that I completely missed because I was looking at something else. But whichever move I pressed, Lars goes into Decide, and the nicknames don't really make a lot of sense to me. So I go for a Bravest Bird, and that doesn't do damage to Skarmory. It does more to me with Rocky Helmet. So you saw the Rocky Helmet there. Remember how I said that I might be glad if I remembered to bring protective pads on the Urshifu? Well, I did. You're welcome. Well, that's past Trogdor saying you're welcome to present Trogdor and all. Well, I'm battled in the past. I'm doing post-com if you can't tell already. So I am shackled by a spirit, so I know that I can U-turn out of here. The reason I clicked that is I wasn't sure if I was still trapped or not from the spirit shackle. I don't know the mechanics of this game. I figured that would be the safer bet, even though it's doing another chunk of Rocky Helmet to me. And yeah, look, I'm below half already. Remember that time that I played my defensive mons well? Neither do I. Yeah. Luckily, Chandelure has a big pair of boots that allow it to perform heavy-duty tasks like not getting hurt by spikes and not getting hurt by stealth rocks and not getting poisoned by toxic spike. Very heavy-duty tasks. So I am going to scare this Skarmory away and it would go for the Fire Blast. Or I wasn't sure if it wanted to like try to Roost or Whirlwind here at this point. I'm just gonna see what he wants to bring into my Chandelure, and he goes into 1, which still haven't figured out his nicknames yet. So that doesn't do a lot. I'm thinking, is this AV? Is this Spadef? This is a really chunky Nihilego, and it's got the Black Sludge. So I'm relieved to not see Scarf, because you know a Scarf, Modest, Beast Boost. Nihilego, honestly could have just destroyed my entire squad, in hindsight. Overlooking things to do 101, that's, you know, CEO of overlooking something obvious in a matchup, that's me right here. Luckily, I do have my Galaxy Brain. Well, I could have gone into Shrek 2 as well, because you'll see in a moment that this isn't exactly you'll see in a bit that this probably would be the smartest play, but I'm looking like it's stabs and stuff, and I can, you know, take it, and it goes for the rocks right there. Which wait, who? Goes for the rocks, and I can go for a big fat Future Sight right here, which is going to be great because there isn't a lot on his team that likes Future Sight. Like what could possibly like a Future Sight? Sylveon, Sludge Bomb. Skarmory, I have Flamethrower. Zygarde, that's cute. I have Ice Beam. That's the beauty of Galarian Glowking, or Galarian Slowking Glow. Yeah, that's why I call it Glowking. So that was a Galaxy Brain play right there. You'll see. So he goes into Didn't, which I did. You didn't, clearly. And at this point, if Zygarde is Choice Banded, I die to 1,000 arrows. So I am going to roll those dice. I'm going to roll this die right here. And if I get a 11 or higher, I live. And otherwise, I die. I got a 5. Oh no, he's probably Choice Banned, but I'm going to click Ice Beam anyway. So 1,000 arrows come in here. I'm holding my breath, and I live. Would you look at that? So I go for an Ice Beam right here. This could take it out. It could not, but Future Sight will knock it out afterwards. Either way. Leftover, so this is definitely like a chunkier Zygarde, as is common to run. And Lars? You know this is illegal, right? No, you're not allowed to do that. Can Can someone pick me up? I'm scared. Please, help. No, no. I don't like this. This is scary. This illegal Zygarde is scary. No, but in all honesty, Lars had a misgen. You can probably blame Mid Pokemaster on that, even though he didn't gen Lars' team. Still blame Mid. Anyway. So he recognized that this was completely illegal. So I, in fact, I'm just going to go for another Ice Beam as he uses a non-attacking move on me. So that was kind of unfortunate. My plan was to go into the Swampert. I could have tanked 1,000 arrows, and he would have died to the Future Sight as I had gone for that and attack later. But instead I take out the completed Zygarde with an Ice Beam. So that was interesting to say the least. Yeah, so Zygarde is down. So I'm going to unclick the Zygarde sprite on my layout. There we go. So Zygarde goes down through a series of weird events. The Decidueye comes in, and I'm not staying in. Like I know that a Spirit Shackle can take me out from this point. So I do what I thought for a moment here was the smart thing to do, and go into my Corviknight. Because like, hey, I did this before. I should just do it again, right? I take some Stealth Rock damage. My opponent goes for the Spirit Shackle, and I realize, wait a moment, I die to another Spirit Shackle. Maybe I'm faster. Maybe I can go for a Roost right here. He could be like a minus speed nature with 0 speed EVs or something. So just in case, because I died to Rocks on this switch in anyway, which I'm realizing that hazards are a problem, but then again, Corviknight wouldn't have had an opportunity to go for a defog if I brought it even. So Spirit Shackle happens, and I just completely get killed so hard that I die to death with Corviknight. So Corviknight goes down. I got the first blood though, so that means that I'm probably going to lose, because that always happens. Whoever gets the first kill tends to lose, is the general rule. But I'm going to go into Bear Force 1, because I can click the move. I can click the move and get the critical hit with the Wicked Blow. His answer to that doesn't exist, and by that I mean it's Skarmory, because Lars' team happens to have 2 out of the 1 switches for Urshifu that exist in the universe. So he's probably realizing that he's about to lose to Urshifu, because when you see that's like basically that's when you need to make your final will and testament, say goodbye to your loved ones, and crawl into a hole and admit defeat. Or go into a Sylveon. So I do this, and this is why I wish I had gotten Rocks up earlier, because, hey look, I got a crit, I'm a cheater. After like a round or 2 of Rocks, Urshifu was meant to kill Sylveon after a Poison Jab, because I have Poison Jab, but that wasn't quite doing enough damage for me to be comfortable clicking Poison Jab and then dying to a Hyper Voice. So instead I'm going to go into my Galaxy Brain. Or was it Shenandoah? Right, because just in case he went for a Wish right here, I could, Wish predicting my switch and whatnot. I can, go for a Taunt. He can't protect. Oh no, I'm going to start Shadow Ball in your face, but he goes for the Baton Pass. Which, that's a good play. Like, Poison Jab wouldn't have done a number of damage greater than 0 to Skarmory. But instead he goes into Nihilego, and I realize that Chandelure can't touch this. As I had, I'd seen this before. We've done this dance before. And I'm gonna go for, did I taunt right here? Or did I realize that I die to a Power Gem and stuff? No, I switched out. I don't really have any other choice, and go into Galaxy Brain, who subsequently starts to die to hazards. Ow, that hurt a lot. And I get knocked off and die. That crit probably didn't matter. So Slowking is down. That's unfortunate because I did kind of need to rely on it for a lot of things this game. Yeah, but I'll be fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'll be okay. Right. Okay. So instead, I'm just gonna go into Ferdinand because I realized, look at all that damage that my Tauros can do. Look at all that damage. It was either that or Bear Force 1, which, in hindsight, could have been a good play. Like, again, if he had decided to switch into Sylveon, that would have been, you know, Wicked Blow into Poison Jab would have taken out the Sylveon at that point. Skarmory is still a problem for Urshifu going Green Eggs and Ham all over his team. It's also a problem for Tauros. That Skarmory is it's a problem. It's scary. It's bad. I don't know. It's the bane of my existence. Have I ever beaten a team with Skarmory? I don't think so. So in typical fashion, Rocky Helmet is doing more damage to me than I did to it. Story of this battle so far, I guess. Funny how, you know, the one time that you realize what the item protective pads do, it's, Rocky Helmet still does a chunk to you. But this will probably be another dance where I go into Chandelure, he goes into Nihilego, I freak out, probably go into Swampert, he goes back into Skarmory, I flip turn. So this is the point of the battle where I realize that I messed up somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly, or maybe it's just that my opponent has a much better matchup against me, and just outplaying me in general. Maybe I've been making the correct plays this whole time. I don't know. But I'm realize now that I'm on the back foot. I'm going to taunt here. I know that it won't matter a lot versus Nihilego. If it's like, it's taunted, oh, that's cute, I can go for a, what do you call it, a Power Gem, or Meteor Beam, or Knockoff. I can live in Knockoff, though, so I'm well aware that I can live in Knockoff. Also, I'm really glad that I have Boots on Chandelure, like, otherwise I'd be dead by now. All those rounds of spikes and rocks, and yeah, nah, I am doing good. That's great, that's great. Okay. So we do this dance. I can definitely scare this thing with a flip turn or an EQ, but I can't properly double. Like, I'm pretty sure Skarmory is coming in here, and I know that flip turn would, you know, cause Rocky Helmet, but it'll if he stays in, that's great for me. If he switches out, that's okay for me. But if I switch out and he doesn't, that's bad for me no matter what. So, but he does go into the Decidueye right here as I turn the flip, because, yeah, if I had gone for the EQ there, and then he'd gone for the Leaf Blade, I would have lived, clicked the Avalanche. Maybe EQ would have been better, but, you know, Skarmory can't die to that. So debating between, you know, Chandelure and Bear Force 1, but it's like he still has a great switch to both of those in the form of respectively Nihilego and Skarmory. Did I mention that I have trouble with Skarmory? Yeah, if you're, yeah, this'll be, let me edit this into the beginning of the video. Every time you hear me say that I don't like Skarmory, take a shot. You're welcome. This is probably going up over the weekend, so yeah, you're welcome. Okay. So I can just like haha whatever he wants to. Yeah, I can just haha anything at this point with Bear Force 1. I love Urshifu. I like being able to just click a button. It's so great. It's so wonderful. I'm really sad that I can't like properly debut just how powerful this thing is on my first like time using it. But still, look at this thing. Look at it. It's insane. Look at that. Look at that. It's a 3AK on Skarmory, which it's probably rocking something like Body Press or Bravest Bird, or just Roost stalling me because, or maybe he was expecting that, you know, Rocky Helmet damage, just like Roost stall, I go for Wicked Blow, Roost, etc. But in any event, I know that I'm not going to win that exchange. Like, there's no chance for me to survive Make Your Time. So, we're going to do this dance yet again, where I go into Shenandoah, he goes into Nihilego, I get scared, I go into Swampert, he does something, I misplay, and overall come out lower on the exchange. It's going to happen. Watch. It's going to happen. If I'm right about this, you owe me a subscription. You got that? Okay, can we make that deal? Good. Okay. So this time I'm just going to Fire Blast. I'm just going to Patu a big blast of fire. It's not... It does a fair amount of damage to the whole team, but... Chandelure in theory does well versus everything left on his squad. Like, I designed it to be good against the Volcarona, thanks to the taunt and his stabs doing nothing to me. It just, like, haha's the Decidueye, because unless he reveals a secret choice scarf, I'm faster and just haha with both my stabs. Again, thanks to the taunt, I can deal with the Sylveon, but look at the thing in front of me. Name something that I can do versus that. I'm waiting. Oh, what's that? There's nothing I can do against the Nihilego? Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah, you're right. I know. So, see, just like I predicted. I get scared of that thing, I go into Swampert, and now he's going to go into Skarmory. So I could be doing the double play right here. But it's just, look at all that damage I'm taking, and I don't have any recovery, and my Rindo Berry is gone. But that's fine. I guess it's fine, because... yeah, it's fine. So, yeah, it would have been nice to have something like Azumarill to be able to Aqua Jet, but then Skarmory switches into that, Decidueye switches into that. Would have been fun to be Sapsicker, though. So, I actually went for the rocks this time, right? Because, you know, late game Stealth Rock, nothing says, I think I can beat you now if I get a little bit more chip damage. I should not have clicked Flip Turn right here. So if you have a bingo card of possible oopsies that Trog can make during the battle, none of you got to check off sacking Urshifu turn 1. Got you there. But if you had flip turning or U-turning when hard switching would have been better, yeah, you can check that one off of your bingo card. I hope you're playing Trog being bad at Pokemon Bingo. Like, you know, that's a fun game. Yeah, it's still, like, I'm still down 4-5, but I'm so much more on the back pedal than it really shows. That's fine, though. It's fine. I'm thinking, do I go into Ferdinand now? Can I get some damage on Skarmory? Or do I, you know, do the Chandelure dance again? Yeah, so this battle might just be kind of stale for everyone at this point. So I'm making my commentary as entertaining as I possibly can, but I'm completely out of coffee. I'm sad. I had to fuel my brain for the actual battle. Maybe Taunt will work this time. Maybe I can Shadow Ball enough times to kill Nihilego. Maybe. But at this point, I'm like, if it would just be better off if I got like a safe switch into one of my offensive mons, like Tauros or Urshifu. So it's like maybe the Chandelure goes for the knockoff first, and I live that and get a chunk of damage on it, or maybe it just goes for the Power Gem, which probably kills me if he does in fact have it. But you know, it's right here, there's no chance for Chandelure to survive, make its time. So Chandelure goes down. That's unfortunate. So I have to just hope. I have to hope that Urshifu is able to just like haha the rest of his team. Which is possible. It's possible. You never know. It's a good Pokemon. But first I'm going to see if I can do something with Ferdinand. But at the same time, it's like close combat isn't quite a 2-hit KO against Skarmory. because I don't think I get the sheer force boost with that. I only get the life orb boost. Maybe I should have brought another fighting move or something that hits Skarmory. But this hits both Nihilego and Skarmory anyway. Or maybe I should have done the Galaxy Brain thing and bring Fire Blast with enough to a KO Skarm. That would have been fun and cool and amazing. But yeah, Skarmory comes in. I saw Decide and read Decidueye, but then remember that he uses nicknames, and I was like, oh no, close combat doesn't kill the Decidueye, doesn't even affect it. So I get Rocky Helmet and a light. This is why I hate Life Orb. This is why I hate Life Orb. Even though like I'm Sheer Force, but that's my one not Sheer Force boosted move. I realize that no matter what I do, I just have to stay in here because I died to Rocks next turn anyway. Skarmory's gonna roost. It's a whole thing. So I'm like, you know what? Might as well. Or no, I should have gone for Body Slam to try to get the para, or Iron Head to try to get the flinches. Close combat is seriously the worst move I could use right there, but it did the most damage. But he's gonna roost anyway, so. Yeah, Skarmory gets a Rocky Helmet kill right there. Tauros goes down. It was sad. I was hoping it could do more. But, you know. Health goes up. So, yeah, at this point I've just got, like, yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But you know what? You know what? I had fun. This was not a Haxa game. It was a clean game. We both prepared very well. And as far as I'm concerned, the sets that I made and brought were effective. They may not have like been able to like be debuted so well, but you know what? They were effective. And my team worked very well for my opponent's team. So yeah, Skarmory kills Urshifu, so Urshifu dies. Another Wicked Blow would have killed it, and guess what? Swampert is going to die to hazards on the next thing. Does it die to Spikes or Stealth Rock? Because Nihilego clicks Stealth Rock, and Skarmory hits Spikes, so Spikes... Okay, so that was actually Nihilego's kill at the very end, so I put in the battle results incorrectly. So I lose 5-0 to Lars, and oh, whoops, I didn't mean to press stop. I meant to press play. Let's do that again. Let's go to the very end. Yeah, I know how to use OBS. What are you talking about? You're bad at OBS. Ooh, I could probably get like an insanely good thumbnail on here so far. Let's rewatch the part where I completely lose. Let's do an instant replay of me losing to hazards. I don't think Swampert took any physical hits. It was all hazards that took down hazards and Rocky Helmet. Yeah, so I lost 5-0 to Lars. That again, it's fine. It was a fun battle. I still won the best dressed, which I'm going to go 12-0 for best dressed trainer in the league. Yeah, definitely a good game to my opponent. Hope to see you again soon if I can make playoffs though, because Lars certainly will. Like, come on, let's be real. He's gonna go like undefeated and just possibly. I don't know. We'll see. There are a lot of good players in this league. Not including. I'll get better though. I'll get better. You'll see. There will be one matchup where Urshifu 6-0s. Calling it right now. Current MVP of my team is Glowking with an amazing 1 kill and 1 death. Alright, anyway, that's the battle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know, do one of these, do one of those, do one of these, do one of you know, wavy arms and stuff. Yeah, I'll see everyone in the next battle, and that's all I have to say. Take care. Bye-bye.